All right, here we go. This is San Joaquin County real estate end of quarter one market update. There's a ton of questions, fear around the housing bubble, conversations around interest rates. I mean, the rates have gone up a percentage and a half since the beginning of the year. We were at 3.57 at the end of last year, the beginning of this year, and today we're sitting at 5.1. That's a dramatic difference, right? So as we mentioned in my last emails and market updates, that we're going to keep a close eye on what's happening. We're expecting the rates to go up to 3.75 by third quarter of this year, and expecting a housing slowdown. Big difference considering we were at 3.57 at the beginning of the year and 5.1 today. That's a massive change. Of course, we also saw inflation go up to almost 8%, which you saw in my last report too. The cost of energy, cost of housing, cost of gas, you're feeling it, right? So we're going to take a look at what kind of impact it's had. Is there a market correction? So far, the buyers have not let off steam. Now, we're going to go through the median price, and I'm going to show you that. But I also want to show you why buyers are acting the way they're acting. I want you to feel the impact. All right, so let's dive into the actual report. So here is our trend report. So let's start with the one everybody always likes to talk about, which is the median price. So the median price. Rates going up a percentage and a half. Is there a market correction? Is the market stopping? Like, what's happening with the prices? Is it coming back? The buyers are losing 10, 15% of their purchasing power because the terms are more expensive. You got to understand when the rates go up by a percentage point, it drops the buyer's purchasing power by 10%. So if the median price today is 550 and the rate goes up by a percentage point, that same buyer has to buy a home for 500 to have the same payment. That's a huge change, huge impact. But regardless of the rate going up a percentage and a half, it has not slowed the buyers down, and we'll take a look. Median price is up 7.8% in 1 month. That's huge. 10% since the beginning of the year. Now, considering we saw most of that increase last year, the first 5 months of the year, you saw at the beginning of last year, we were at 435,000 as a median price. We peaked at 512 in June. Gave it back, peaked again in September, and then gave it back. And again, we didn't really gain traction even at the end of last month. We never really went up to 512 again. But this month we did. We blew past it. So we're going to see what happens. So we don't know if we're going to in the first 2 quarters of the year, if we're going to go up to the high and then start giving that back. I'm expecting we will if the rates continue to go up. But we have a serious issue when it comes down. This is a general fundamental issue of housing. We have a complete lack of housing supply, which is causing pressure on buyers that are renters or just buyers that are looking for a place where they can't find a place. And if you think of some of the buyers that are coming into this market, maybe they started renting at 25 and now they're 35, 36, 37. All they've known is an increase in rents. Their dollar is not going as far. And this year, with inflation, it's not going as far in the pumps, energy costs, and anything and everything. Food costs. I mean, shoot, you're paying more at Chipotle for a bowl now, right? You're going to a hotel and you're getting less services. There's an inflation in services too. So our dollar's just not going that far. So, but we are seeing prices increase now. The buyers we expected to pull back when they lose their purchasing power. You can think about a percentage and a half increase in rates. Buyers should be losing 15% of their purchasing power, but yet we saw a surge. You saw a surge because now they're afraid, right? They're seeing that how home ownership might just be completely out of reach for them. And where does that leave them? That leaves them in the rental market. What kind of experience have they had over the last 15 years? They've seen increases in rents every single year. So if a buyer is looking at an infinite game of real estate, saying, "Look, locking in my lifestyle for a long period of time," they're seeing that as an investment strategy, and they're coming in. So at the end of the day, wealth either begins or ends in real estate if you're in it for a long period of time. Now, if you're in it for a short period of time, maybe it's not a good time for you to buy, because 2023, 2024, I'm expecting we're going to see some turbulence. We can't expect prices to continue to go up like this every single year. But we do have a fundamental housing issue. So let me show you why it is that buyers or tenants are jumping into the housing market right now. So this is how serious the issue is. So first, I'll start with this article. Fannie or Freddie stated that we need 1.6 million housing units a year to keep up with the actual demand that we need. Now, some of the reports, depending on where you look, could be 4, 5, 6, 7 million housing units short that we are. So we have a serious fundamental housing issue. This is why when there's a lack of supply, people could charge whatever they want. They could get it just because there's no supply. So now we could increase supply by increasing the rate, but we don't fix the fundamental issue that if you're a tenant, you still can't find a place to live. And if you find a place to live, you're like, can I afford it? Now you have generations coming together, people coming together to rent a place together or live together. You get a homeowner taking care of mom and aging population, but yet they still have young adults at the house. They can't find a place to live even if they wanted to. So that's a big issue. So that looks like this. This is an eye-opening chart. So every decade, the U.S. has been adding about 25 million housing units every single decade. This last decade, 5.8 million. That's huge. That is a big reason why we're seeing what we're seeing right now. That's the reason why tenants and buyers are still going into the housing market, even though rates are higher. They're seeing that they want to lock in that lifestyle. They see the fundamental housing issue. They don't just see it, they feel it, okay? So this is what rents really look like, right? When you're talking about rents, there's this report here that came out over the last 10 years. This is up to 2019. Rents in California, say Sacramento, 69% increases over the last 10 years. 65% in LA, 71% in Phoenix, 74% in San Jose. Like today, you're seeing, 10 years ago, the rents in Stockton were sitting at about $1,100, $1,200 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Today, $1,800. Well, that was 2021. Today, you probably can't find one for $1,800. So when you're asking yourself, is there going to be a market correction? I feel there will be a pullback. But in order to fully have a market correction, you need to oversupply the housing market. You need to figure that out. And that's the issue right now that we're seeing. You're seeing that there's a fundamental housing issue, shortage, that is not relieving the pressure of the housing market. So we are seeing an increase in activity, okay? So we're seeing an increase. These are big numbers too. So if you have any questions, reach out to me or somebody in the Del Rio group, and we'll answer this. So if you want a free valuation, you can click on the link on this email or up on top, and you can get an instant valuation, find out what your home is worth. But if you're getting this email or if you're seeing this newsletter, it's because you've expressed interest and you just want to keep informed of your past client of ours, right? So last month, you saw inventory increase by 21%, but we saw a surge of pending sales by 25%, okay? And then we saw a surge of solds by 34%. We do have more inventory. As of last year, we have 39% more inventory as we had last year, which is good. Buyers have a bit more of a selection, which is good. But we saw 2% more pending sales, and we saw 3% more sold properties. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. As interest rates continue to go up, it is going to affect buyers' affordability. We're going to see, okay, what kind of impact is that really going to have to the buyer, and we'll continue to monitor that. But when it comes down to the median price, you're seeing an increase in the median price. You're seeing a reduction in days on the market. You saw, again, the prices surge, where you're seeing homes in San Joaquin County sell for 3-4% over asking price right now. And then you're seeing inventory drop again. So we were at the peak about 1 month of inventory, and now we're sitting at almost half a month of inventory. So we'll continue to monitor the market, and hopefully this email was helpful for you. We know the prices cannot continue to go up. We know that. We'll continue to monitor every month. This is unprecedented time, so we're taking it month by month. We're going to see what the Fed's going to do with this rate, and what kind of impact it's going to have to mortgage rates, what kind of impact it's going to have to buyers' purchasing power. If you're a buyer, have patience. If you're a seller, and you just want to know what your home is worth, or you just want to get an opinion on what the market looks like, reach out to us. But until next month, stay safe. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, okay? Thank you.